You're listening to Reading Fightin' Phils Baseball on the R-Phils Radio Network. Now, out to the ballpark with your broadcasters, Bob McCool and Jake Starr.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Baseball Town. FirstEnergy Stadium is open, and baseball is a matter of minutes away, 12 noon. Pitch is first pitch time as the Binghamton Ponies rumble their way into Baseball Town to take on the Reading Fightin' Phils. Reading comes in at 10-10 so far in second half play. Binghamton, at the AA affiliate of the New York Mets, is at 7-13. Alongside my broadcast partner Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. The gates are open, and we are just inside Tompkins Viss Plaza at the entrance here to FirstEnergy Stadium as baseball is coming your way. The first of a 6-game homestand between the Fightin' Phils and the Binghamton Ponies. And Jake, let's get started with our usual first game update as to where the ball club is, and that is off a road trip in Altoona, where the bats were a little bit quiet at times, but when it's all said and done, the team went 3-3 on the road trip, and you'll always take a 500 road trip anytime.
I think that's always the mentality. Split on the road, try and win series at home, and that's what this team's done. And look, this team right now is playing really good baseball. They had a chance on Sunday to win their third straight series, their 4th and 5. They split it, but dating back the last about 6 weeks, they've only lost one series, and it was that Richmond series. They had split against Hartford, win at Portland. They lost to Richmond, and then they went win, and a split. So they're playing really good baseball right now, and this week stands another chance for them to kind of pile on some more wins. It's a Binghamton team that's really struggling right now. They sit last in the Eastern League in team hitting. They're 10th in the league when it comes to pitching ERA. So it's a chance to get some more wins. It is a team they struggled against back in June. They did drop 5 of 6, but it's a team that from mid-June till right now is a whole new identity of baseball. So you have to feel good about it, where this team stands heading into this week's series.
Yeah, and just to kind of clarify that a little bit, so a lot of people know this, a lot of people don't know this, and that is the way minor league baseball does things, which is 2 halves of the season. And Jake's point is really the big reason why they do that, because there is so much change within teams from series to series and moments to moments within minor league baseball. Obviously, the plan and the process is to get players to move up. And so because of the flow of players, there is often a different personality of the team from the beginning of the season until the end of the season. So in a lot of ways, it gives a little bit of a better perspective to have a second half championship run, and it makes everybody have a whole nother perspective. And that's what Reading has really latched onto. They've kind of latched onto that since the early moments of June to say, hey, look, we want to look to see where we can be in the second half of the season, and so far they have done that. Jake said it, they struggled at the start. They lost 5 out of 6 to Richmond, but you eliminate that, and obviously at 10-10, they have righted the ship, and they are playing much better baseball. Binghamton, as Jake said, is last in the Eastern League in hitting. The team that's been in first in the Eastern League in hitting all throughout the season has been the Reading Fightin' Phils. The difference now is the pitching. The pitching has become better, become more consistent. It's become longer in terms of its starters, and it's found its roles in the bullpen. But when you take a look at the starting pitching, that has really solidified things for Al Padrique and his coaching staff. They have really put together what is right now a 6-man rotation that has been pretty good over the course of the last several weeks.
And last week they were really good as well. The games that Reading fell in, it's hard to have that on their pitching, which first part of the year, yeah, the pitching struggled, but now the pitching has been there. And the starting staff, too, has been really good. But this Reading staff as a whole, including the relievers, led the Eastern League in ERA across 6 games at Altoona last week. And the starters, they did a great job setting the table. Hendrickson, a decent game on Tuesday. Phillips strong Wednesday. Abel went 5 shutout Thursday. I'll circle back to Friday here in a second. Saturday, David Parkinson didn't have his best stuff, but still turned in 5 innings and 1-run ball. And Zach Hockey again went 5 innings of shutout baseball. Back-to-back 5 innings shutout starts for him. And then Friday, that was the highlight of the week. Phillies number 4 overall prospect, Griff McGarry. 7 innings, career high for him. Also a season high in innings pitched for a Reading starter. He had 10 strikeouts, which matched David Parkinson last weekend against Portland for a team season high. Season high for McGarry, and the 4th time in his career. First time this year, did it 3 times last year, that he's had double-digit strikeouts in a game. So now the staff looks really good right now. And they're just, as a group, working together. They've done a really good job stacking wins on top of each other and stacking quality starts on top of one another, too. And I'm excited to kind of see how Tyler Phillips builds on that today.
Yeah, Tyler Phillips will get the start today for the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Binghamton Rumble Ponies will toss out right-handed pitcher Jose Chacin. Interesting piece of all of that, and I think the part about McGarry getting to 7 innings is a really interesting byproduct to it. Again, it's part of the way baseball is being played today. You get 5 innings out of your starters in most cases, and you're happy with that. But you'd like to see guys get to that point where they can get to a 6th inning, get to a 7th inning even better. And the way that's going to happen is by an economy of pitches. And if you're not walking batters, which McGarry has run into issues with, which McAble has run into issues with, then if you can do that and you can eliminate the walks, you're going to keep your pitch count down, and now there is that opportunity to get to 6 innings, get to 7 innings. And so that's what I think is something that will be a good sign for McGarry and Abel as the rest of this season progresses, for them to get to that point where they become more efficient in the number of pitches they're throwing, because they're throwing much better control, because they have the stuff to get hitters out. There's no question.
And here's the thing that I think kind of impressed me the most with both of them. Abel on Thursday threw 28 pitches in the first inning, and then kept his pitch counts below 20, close to 15 each inning since. McGarry, too, I believe, I have to double check, I think it was around 24 pitches in the first inning against Altoona, and the rest of the way was just completely efficient, mowing down hitters, and it was able to get to 7 innings. So, you know, I talked to Abel specifically about it the other day, and I said, was that first inning more a case of rust or didn't have your best stuff? And he said it was a combination of both. So there was some rust. It was his first start in 21 days. That hadn't pitched since late June against Richmond. And he said, you know, I went out there early and I recognized today I don't have my best stuff, so I need to be able to adjust. And that's what he did. And that's how, when you look at the progression of the guys like Abel and McGarry, that's the big thing you want to pay attention to, because we know they have their best stuff. They are going to be very hard, if not impossible, to hit. But for those guys, you know, you're not going to have your best stuff every single day. So to recognize that early and adjust and still turn in a quality outing, I think that's that next part of the development for them, and I think they've both done a really good job lately of that.
Yeah, and that's the thing that fans have to realize when you're talking about these guys, because everybody wants to see them advance within the organization, but the Phillies organization wants to see them become better pitchers before they advance them to face better hitters. And so how do you do that? Because you're not going to have your best stuff every night. And if you're going to be a starting pitcher, whether it's at another level and ultimately in the big leagues, there are going to be nights where you don't have your best stuff, and you can't go like, well, I don't have my best stuff tonight. Let's just turn it over to the bullpen in the 2nd inning. You want to be able to figure out a way to fight through that and still be able to give your team a chance to win the ball game, and for you to get at least through 5 innings, even on those nights where you don't have your best stuff. Everybody can pitch if they've got their stuff rolling. You're just not going to have that each and every night over the course of a professional baseball season. We are again live just inside FirstEnergy Stadium, the Philadelphia Phillies AA affiliate, the Reading Fightin' Phils, taking on the Binghamton Rumble Ponies with a 12 noon first pitch. We'll have that for you on the Reading Fightin' Phils radio network. Talking about the pitching, let's talk a little bit about the offensive side. Again, this team has continued to hit throughout the season. They had some moments in Altoona where the bats were a little bit silent. I was curious to see how the team would respond by taking a huge piece of the puzzle out with Johan Rojas being promoted to Philadelphia, how the team would respond. Carlos De La Cruz has become the consistent factor for this team throughout the year. His batting average has pretty much stayed anywhere between 280 and 295 throughout the season. Continues to produce on the power side of things. And then again, there is Matthew Kroon, who, as I said a long time ago, was kind of the stealth bomber of this team because nobody was paying attention to him. He's forced people to pay attention to him now. 3rd in the Eastern League in hitting. He is among the team leaders in almost every offensive category. Matthew Kroon has put together a phenomenal 2023.
And he's consistent, too. It's 323, but it's not 323 because of a hot 2-week stretch. It's 323 because that has been who he is all season long. He gets on base 3 out of every 10 times. Yes, that's the batting average shows, but from day 1 till game 90, he has been incredibly consistent. I like to call him consistent Kroon. Rolls off the tongue quite nicely, but doesn't peak, doesn't valley, just stays very, very level throughout the entire thing. So he's a guy that, older guy, 26 years old, missed all of last year except for 2 games after tearing his right meniscus in the 3rd game of the season. So, entering the year, Kroon felt really good in 22. Knew it was kind of, a do-or-die year for him. At 26 years old, wanted to turn in a good year. That he's done. And look, for him, you hope he gets an opportunity here down the road, to move up and showcase what he's got at higher levels. But for right now, we're having a ton of fun watching him here in Reading.
So for right now, we're going to bring it into our pregame show again, the Reading Fightin' Phils and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. First pitch coming your way at 12 noon on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll come back with the starting lineups and first pitch right after this on the Fightin' Phils Radio Network. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Baseball Town, FirstEnergy Stadium. Another morning game for you, although technically it is now 12 noon. It is afternoon. We've got baseball for you here at FirstEnergy Stadium as the Reading Fightin' Phils begin a 6-game homestand against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies, the AA affiliate of the New York Mets. Alongside my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. Sit back and enjoy Reading Fightin' Phils baseball, who are the Phils at 10-10. As this series begins against the Rumble Ponies, who are at 7-13. We will jump into our Golden Oaks Landscaping starting lineup for the Rumble Ponies. Leading off will be Wyatt Young. Batting in the 2-hole is switch hitter Rowdy Jordan. Jose Peroza bats third. Augustin Ruiz bats in the cleanup spot. Joe Swazi will bat fifth. Hayden Sanger will bat sixth. Jose Mania is the designated hitter for the Rumble Ponies this afternoon. He will bat seventh. Batting in the 8th spot is Jalen Palmer, and batting ninth, a recent call-up for the Rumble Ponies and playing shortstop in just his second game for Binghamton is Cesar Berbesi, and they will be facing right-handed pitcher for the Fightin' Phils, Tyler Phillips.
Tyler Phillips, who's making his 17th appearance of the year, 16th start overall, 4-5, a 5.15 ERA, 80 1/3 innings pitched. That leads the team, and also is 8th across the Eastern League. 84 hits, 29 walks, 78 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .272 against him. Also second on the team in strikeouts. Should he get 2 tonight, he'll surpass David Parkinson again for the team lead.
Our EPAW Weather Consulting, the source for public and private forecasts in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and Northern and Eastern Maryland. Weather forecast for today's game. We begin today's game under some cloudy skies. There was a little bit of a brief shower moments ago, but AccuDirt, as I like to call Dirk Douglas, the head landscaper here for the Reading Fightin' Phils for, 1,000 years, says play ball. And the skies have dried up, and we will begin play with a temperature of about 81 degrees. And Tyler Phillips begins throwing with a little bit more heat than that as he starts off Wyatt Young with a couple of first pitch strikes. Young swinging through the second, and he's quickly ahead of the leadoff man for the Rumble Ponies. No balls and 2 strikes. And this one a slow roller to second base. Cam Cannon up with it on a couple hops. And Tyler Phillips has himself one out recorded here in the first.
Well, I'm sure as you can hear, it is a Camp Kid day, so a nice contingent of kids from local camps in the area are in attendance for our annual camp game.
Many of them are here, and most of them are sitting right below us. So you will hear them throughout the day as they are undercover here in the event of some showers, and they are in full voice as Rowdy Jordan steps in. And the first pitch from Tyler Phillips is his first ball since the game begins as he misses outside. And it's 1-0 to Jordan, who hits at .248 as he stands in. 9 home runs and 40 RBIs. He swings through and makes it now 1 ball and 1 strike as he can't catch up to Phillips' pitch. Tyler Phillips, when he is locked in, pitches extraordinarily quickly. And he's back with a 1-1 pitch that's lined into left field. Ethan Wilson closes in on it, closes the gap, and makes the catch, running hard to his left to make out number 2 here in the first.
It's funny, we had the fan road trip in Altoona on Thursday night, and Tyler Phillips was a part of a fan Q&A. And they asked the group, do you like the pitch clock? And Phillips is like, it is what it is. And in my head, I'm like, oh, no, I know you like the pitch clock. You love working fast on the mound.
Yeah, you could pretty much turn it off when he is in the bat. It's the batters who have to step up the pace. As Jose Peroza just found out, he had to call time as he got into the batter's box. Tyler Phillips is ready to go. And so Peroza, before a pitch is thrown, uses up his timeout. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. The rest of the defense, in addition to Ethan Wilson in left field, who made that nice running catch, Matthew Kern is in center. Carlos De La Cruz is in right field today. Jalen Ortiz at first. Cam Cannon at second. Casey Martin at short. Madison Stokes gets to start at third base. And Max McDowell back behind the plate for the Fightins as Tyler Phillips' 1-0 pitch misses a bit low. And now it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Peroza, who stands in at 266 on the season. 10 home runs, 46 RBIs. He also has 20 doubles on the season as he fouls the 1-1 pitch out of play. So Phillips working quickly and ahead of hitters. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Jose Peroza. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and a highly efficient inning for Tyler Phillips as he gets the Rumble Ponies. They go 1, 2, 3. We'll take a timeout back on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network with the Fightins coming to the plate for the first time today.
Gear up for Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at FirstEnergy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selections of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading Hot Dogs gear, plus throwback, black, R-Train, R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phils Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Fans, nothing beats a great day at Golden Oaks Golf Club. Located just minutes from Reading, Golden Oaks is a beautiful, award-winning golf course open to the public with perfect greens, lush fairways, and a course playing for 5 sets of tees. Bogey's Pub is open to the public with the area's best full-course menu, featuring indoor and outdoor seating and TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Let the Golden Oaks Golf Club team cater to your need. Lunch, dinner, golf outings, parties, company events, and fundraisers. Visit our website at GoldenOaksGolfClub.com and follow Golden Oaks Golf Club and Bogey's Pub on Facebook. Golden Oaks Golf Club, where great memories are made.
Our Golden Oaks Landscaping starting lineup for the Fightin' Phils. Madison Stokes will lead off for Reading. Carlos De La Cruz bats second. Matthew Kroon bats third. Oliver Dunn, the DH, is in the cleanup spot today for the Fightins. Jalen Ortiz will bat fifth. Ethan Wilson bats sixth. Casey Martin seventh. Max McDowell eighth. And Cam Cannon is in the 9 spot as Madison Stokes settles in. And the first pitch is a bit outside for a ball as they face right-handed pitcher for the Rumble Ponies, Jose Chacin.
Chacin is making his 16th appearance, 14th start of the year for the Rumble Ponies. He's at 2-5, a 4.98 ERA.
Stokes drives this one to center field. Rowdy Jordan back to the warning track, looks up and makes the catch with his back up against the fence. Madison Stokes hit it to the triangle in dead center field here at FirstEnergy Stadium, and with his back up against the wall, Rowdy Jordan catches it for out number 1.
Crushed it, 103 off the bat, 380 feet on a 91-mile-per-hour pitch right down the middle. Needed about 385 on that one. I went 380.
So that'll bring Carlos De La Cruz to the plate. Carlos at 280 now as he steps in. Team high 18 home runs and 47 RBIs. And the first pitch from Chacin is over for a called strike. De La Cruz 17 doubles on the season. He also has a triple to throw in the extra base hit column. Off-speed pitch, swings and misses. And now he's quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes to Chacin. Chacin has given up 15 home runs so far on the season. As the right-hander comes with his 0-2 pitch that misses inside and a bit low as well. 1-2 now to De La Cruz. Originally signed by the Los Angeles Dodgers back in 2015, Chacin is 26 years of age.
1-2 pitch, and De La Cruz stays alive, fouling it out of play. Signed as a free agent with the Mets in June of 2021. Spent last year in the beginning of the season with Brooklyn and did make 23 starts for Binghamton a year ago. 1-2 pitch to De La Cruz, and this one fouls it off his foot. Actually dribbled out into fair territory, but off the front foot of Carlos De La Cruz. Carlos, like just about every hitter in baseball today, wears the guard on his ankle and shin, but unfortunately for Carlos, it missed the guard, hit his foot. And so he hobbles himself around a little bit, now stands back in the batter's box in a 1-2 count. This one hit hard down the third baseline, backhanded play by Perosa, and a long throw across the diamond in time to get Carlos De La Cruz. Nice play by Jose Perosa, taking an extra base hit away from Carlos De La Cruz. That's 2 down here in the first.
Yeah, Reading's been robbed by a couple of nice plays by opposing third basemen the last couple of days. Domingo Leyva and Jackson Glenn, some really nice plays defensively for Altoona this weekend. Cut off some Arfels hits.
So to bring up Matthew Kroon, and that is a perfect segue to our R-Phil's team leader, brought to you by Cross Country Mortgage Loan Officer Johanna Arias. As Matthew Kroon steps in, leading the team in hitting with 323, leading the team in doubles as well with 22. It's today's Cross Country Mortgage Loan Officer Johanna Arias, R-Phil team leader. And a 1-0-1 count to Matthew Kroon, and he takes that one at the knees for a called strike. Kroon didn't think so. You can contact Johanna Arias today at 484-554-9969 or by way of email at johanna.arias@myccmortgage.com. So Kroon quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes. This one he'll take outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tyler Whitty is our home plate umpire this afternoon. Ethan Gorsak is at first base. Austin Snow is at third. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matthew Kroon. And he takes another one outside. It's 2-2. 2 down here in the first, and the Phils are inches away from having a run on the board. Matthew Stokes took one to dead center field, just missed getting it off the wall or maybe even a home run, and Carlos De La Cruz gets a double taken away down the third baseline. 2-2, and Stokes, this one a couple hops to Barbesi, who cannot handle it, and Matthew Kroon will be safe at first on what will be an error on the shortstop, Cesar Barbesi.
I mean, hit it hard, and that's the thing. When you hit a ball hard, you force the defender to make a tough play. And for Barbesi, he was forced to make a play, and it goes on and off of his glove. It's Barbesi's first error of the year.
Yeah, it's only his second game since being called up.
Joined the team pretty recently.
So he allows Matthew Kroon to get on board. Kroon, always a base-stealing threat as Oliver Dunn steps in. The left-hand hitting Dunn takes one up and in, ball 1. Oliver, one of 2 left-handed hitters in Al Padrique's lineup today, Ethan Wilson being the other. Al Padrique, of course, the Fightin Phil's manager, coaching down the third base box. Ray Ricker coaches it first. As Kroon takes his lead off, the 1-0 pitch to Oliver Dunn is low ball 2. 2-0 to Dunn, who's at 262 on the season, tied with De La Cruz in RBIs at the top for the R-Phils with 47. 11 home runs to go along with it. Kroon, decent lead off of first. Shazine doesn't even look that way, and Dunn takes another one up high, and he's quickly falling behind Oliver Dunn, 3 balls and no strikes. And that is one thing that Oliver Dunn has been really good at through the ups and downs of this season. He has consistently found ways to get on base by way of base on balls, among the Eastern League leaders in that category, but he swings at this 3-0 pitch and fouls it straight back, and it's 3-1.
Dunn had the day off on Sunday, was slid into pretty hard at the end of Saturday night's game in the game-ending double play against the Altoona Curve when bases were loaded with no outs, and Brett Schultz was able to work out of it on Saturday.
Infield plays Dunn the pull, the outfield pretty much straight away. 3-1 pitch. Dunn takes ball 4. So the Phils now, after getting the first 2 outs retired, now have 2 men on. Kroon will move up to second base. Oliver Dunn on first with yet another base on balls for Jalen Ortiz.
Yeah, walks and errors, those they always say are the 2 things that, kill a team the most. So Binghamton gave you 2 base runners on an error and a walk. Now let's see if Reading can capitalize. And it's a guy in Jalen Ortiz. We haven't seen the power a ton through about a month and a half here in Reading, but we know with one swing of the bat, he can certainly give Reading an early lead.
A couple doubles, 2 home runs since being sent back to Reading. First pitch way up high and outside. Easy take for Ortiz, and that's going to lead to a conversation between catcher Hayden Sanger and pitcher Jose Chacin. Chacin had been pretty efficient in terms of being around the plate, and all of a sudden he fell behind Oliver Dunn 3-0, and eventually walks Dunn on 5 pitches and misses way outside to Ortiz. Thus the conversation between pitcher and catcher. So if you're Ortiz, you got to sit on a spot here and make Chacin find that spot. 2 on and 2 out. This one rolled towards short. Barbesi will field this one. He'll make the easy play to second in time, and they'll do it for the Phils in the first. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 left. 1 complete in Baseball Town. Binghamton nothing, Reading nothing.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job, everything for us from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's Classic Ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Well, as we mentioned, we began the day under some cloudy skies with a little bit of a rain burst. Well, it has come back to bring a stoppage to play as the ground crew is about to bring the tarp onto the field. So the Reading Fightin Phils and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies will head into a rain delay. The time of the rain delay was at 12:15. So as they bring in to put the tarp on the field, we will take a timeout. A little bit of lightning and thunder coming into the area now. And so we will be in a rain delay. And again, follow on the Reading Fightin Phils social media posts, both on Facebook and Twitter. We'll keep you up to date on when play will resume. And when they do, we'll have the call of the game for you right here on the Reading Fightin Phils Radio Network. We head into a rain delay with 1 inning complete between Binghamton and Reading in a 0-0 tie. We'll rejoin you shortly on the Reading Fightin Phils Radio Network. Welcome back to our coverage of the Reading Fightin' Phils. A rain delay that is now in the rearview mirror. First pitch is rescheduled to start at 1:05, which would leave us at a 50-minute rain delay. But for the Fightin' Phils, no changes in the sense that Tyler Phillips is back out there. Catch you up to date very quickly. It won't take us long because we went through one inning and both teams come up empty on the scoreboard, although Reading got a couple of runners on thanks to an error off the bat of Matthew Kroon and a walk to Oliver Dunn. But ultimately, the Phils do not put anything across. So we resume play again at 1:05 after a 50-minute rain delay, starting in the top half of the second inning. Alongside Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. The Binghamton Rumble Ponies, the AA affiliate of the New York Mets, and the Reading Fightin' Phils. And first pitch swinging is Augustin Ruiz. He drives one to left field and will chase Ethan Wilson back. And Wilson will make the over-the-shoulder catch well shy of the warning track in left field. One pitch and one down in the second for Tyler Phillips.
Well, you could tell Augustin Ruiz was very anxious to get back out there on the field. First pitch he sees, he flies out. And Tyler Phillips, who had a 10-pitch first inning, he'll take that.
That'll bring up Joe Swazi. Swazi, right-handed hitter, takes the first pitch from Phillips over for a called strike. Swazi at 265 on the season, a couple home runs and 6 RBIs. And misses low here, and it's 1 and 1 strike. So now the questions become in terms of the two pitchers, Phillips for the Phils and Jose Chacin for Binghamton, how they respond to that 50-minute rain delay. Phillips working quickly as usual, gets Swazi to foul one towards his own dugout on the third base side. And Phillips quickly ahead of Joe Swazi, 1 and 2 strikes. And tries to get him a chase, and Swazi started and stopped and lays off, and it's now 2-2. So a 25-minute rain delay doesn't really impact the pitchers a whole lot, but a 50-minute rain delay is a little bit longer, obviously, than they are accustomed to sitting tight, but they did only throw 1 inning. And now Swazi will call timeout as Phillips is ready to deal on 2 and 2 strikes. And checks and starts and stops, and again they'll appeal and say he did not go around. Max McDowell, the catcher for the Phils, was sure that he did, but instead it's now 3-2 to Swazi. Swazi, a New York native from Glen Cove, New York, played his college baseball at Boston College, and again starts and stops and takes this one outside, and Tyler Phillips will surrender his first walk. And first base runner as well with 1 out here in the second.
Yeah, first base runner, like you said. And yeah, Phillips trying to stay away fastball to Joe Swazi, tried to sneak a couple of breaking pitches down. And, each time Swazi was thinking of it, a good idea, but nice job by Swazi, at least in his case, to lay off.
So that'll bring up Hayden Sanger, catcher for the Ponies. And he swings at the first pitch and beats it foul at the plate. Sanger hitting at just 177 on the season with a couple home runs and 16 RBIs. Swazi with a pretty big lead at first base. He's only stolen 1 base to this point in time in the season. 0-1 pitch. Up and in, ball 1. 1 and 1 strike to Sanger.
Not the first time this year that Phillips actually had a start interrupted by a rain delay as well. Late June had a start interrupted by a rain delay as well.
1-1 pitch. Again, misses up and in. It's 2-1. Sanger is an Ohio native. Played majority of last season for the Rumble Ponies as well. 77 games at 238. Did get a late season call up to Syracuse. Played 6 games at the AAA affiliate for the New York Mets a season ago. And he beats this one foul. One of 3 catchers on the Rumble Pony roster. 2 of them in the lineup with the on-deck batter, Jose Mena. Also one of those catchers is the DH today for Binghamton. Swazi takes his lead off at first. 1 down here in the top half of the second inning. 2-2 now to Hayden Sanger. And over for a call, strike 3. The second strikeout for Phillips. 2 down here in the second.
Yeah, it's a great spot from Tyler Phillips. Drops a off-speed pitch at 83 right on that outside corner. One of those pitches, Sanger probably saw the spin, saw where it started on the outer half, thought it was going to break more than it did, but a great spot and a great job, too, by Max McDowell to kind of catch it and stick with it, giving Phillips that strike 3.
So that will bring up the aforementioned Jose Mena now with 2 down. And he swings at the first pitch, drives one into right center field. Matthew Kroon will drift over. He'll call off Carlos De La Cruz and make the catch for out number 3. And the Ponies are retired here in a second. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left. To the bottom of the second when we return to Baseball Town. Binghamton nothing, Reading nothing.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Our Phil's Fiesta Friday partner.
The Reading Fightin' Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention.
Well, we mentioned in the top half of the second inning that we'll see how the pitchers respond to the rain delay. Well, Binghamton has made that decision for those pitchers. Jose Chacin started, but he will not come back out here for the second inning. It will instead be Junior Santos who will pitch for Binghamton here in the second. And with that, the skies open up again here. The sun is out, but it is again raining here at FirstEnergy Stadium, and we will continue playing. Junior Santos now in to take over for Binghamton, and he will face Ethan Wilson leading off the second for the Fightins. And the first pitch from Santos is a fastball on the inside corner for Ethan Wilson, and quickly ahead, no balls and a strike. Wilson swings at the second pitch, drives it to deep center field. Rowdy Jordan started in, now drifts back, and he'll make the catch well shy of the warning track and straightaway center field for out number 1 here in the second.
Santos' 18th appearance. He has started 15 games, 3-8, a 3.64, 6.84 ERA, 102 hits over 76 and a third, 33 walks, 54 strikeouts, and a 3.34 opponent's average.
So that is the one good aspect of this for the Rumble Ponies, that Santos, being a starter at times, can give them some length, they hope, here, as Casey Martin now stands in. And Martin, after a 5-for-7 road trip to Altoona, takes the first pitch from Santos outside for ball 1. Martin at 226 on the season, 3 home runs and 13 RBI since his call up from Jersey Shore. 1-0 pitch to him is again outside. Now it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Santos not a part of the projected starting rotation this week for Binghamton, so going to try and give him some length out of the bullpen.
And way outside, rolls all the way to the backstop, so it's quickly 3 balls and no strikes, and now they're going to wave the players off the field. Tyler Whitty now in control of the situation, waves the players to the dugout, and at 1:12 we will go right back into a rain delay after 7 minutes of baseball. More of a rain delay here in Baseball Town. Welcome back on the Reading Fightin' Phil's radio network. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes it proves out that Mother Nature has a different idea. And so, with that, the rain delay that started at 1:12 has now officially postponed this afternoon's baseball game. So the Reading Fightin' Phils and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies, game one of this 6-game homestand between the Phils and the Ponies, unfortunately, has been postponed for the remainder of the day. And the game will be made up, I'm sure, at some point in time within this series. That has not officially yet been announced. The only announcement is that this game today has been postponed. The game started at 12 o'clock. At 12:15, we went into our first rain delay. That lasted until 1:05, 50 minutes. We got started back up for the second inning, and Binghamton got a walk in that second inning against Tyler Phillips, their lone base runner, before Phillips ended up getting out of that inning without any further damage. The Phils came to the plate in the top half of the second inning. Ethan Wilson flew out to center field. Casey Martin had a 3-0 count. That third pitch from Junior Santos went all the way to the backstop, and that was it. Tyler Whitty, the home plate umpire, who's now in charge once the game gets underway, signaled both teams to come off the field at 1:12, so only 7 minutes after we resumed play did we go into that second rain delay. And ultimately, the decision was that the field has just taken on too much water, and so unfortunately, the game has been postponed. So the Phils and the Ponies will be back at it tomorrow night, scheduled for 7 o'clock for first pitch tomorrow night. Reading and Binghamton. The series will resume tomorrow with what is now game one. And once the official announcement is made in terms of the resumption of today's game or the rescheduling of today's game, once that is known, obviously that will be posted on the Reading Fightin' Phil's website, social media accounts as well, in terms of when this game will be rescheduled. So the game one is now postponed, and that'll do it for our coverage of today's game. We'll be back at it tomorrow, and the manager, Al Padrique, will join us on our pregame show tomorrow as part of our coverage here on the Reading Fightin' Phil's radio network. So that'll do it for our coverage today. Unfortunately, it comes to an end in the second inning, and no score in the game. Reading and Binghamton are officially postponed for this afternoon. For my colleague Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. We'll talk to you right back here tomorrow with more baseball action with the Binghamton Rumble Ponies and the Reading Fightin' Phils on the Fightin' Phil's radio network. Have a great afternoon, everyone. We'll talk to you tomorrow right back here in Baseball Town.